for the last time today, and wish your face would fade away. All of the hours, all of the sleepless nights, all of the worry trapped under blinding lights, all of the faces blank as the room is bright. We take it all just to prove wrong from right, just to prove wrong from right. Just like birds on the wire, strung out but never tired. When the flames grow higher, we'll soar up from the fire and start again. All of the hours, all of the sleepless nights, all of the worry trapped under blinding lights, all of the faces blank as the room is bright. We'll take it all
Test, 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 test. Hello, everyone. All right, and we've made some adjustments, some necessary adjustments, unfortunately. Some unfortunately. I'm very excited to have hopefully fixed the volume issue. So I am hoping that when people come and channel, you guys can actually hear me now. And my alerts are altered a little bit. That will change throughout the night as long as we get follows, hosts, etc. By people with appropriate usernames. And tonight what we're going to do is we are going to work on my Shamrock, but first of all we are going to make the sub-square for Carl the actual cock. He wants a blue sub-square, so we're going to work on that sub-square first. Blue, blue, blue. We are actually running a little bit low on the blue, and I need to, actually, speaking of sub-squares, I need to work on my own March square. I still have yet to finish it. I was using a ruler for this though, even though I have the table there. I'm gonna grab the ruler again though. That square needs to be 12 inches. 12 inches. So we're gonna go ahead and I feel like I need to write a to-do list while I'm talking about all of this. We will get to those later. To-do list. And yes, welcome to Messy Crochet Couch. What you are seeing is weeks of piled up projects that I swear I'm going to work on. And it's, I think I need to mute my actual stream. I am not muted, guys. I'm sorry for the echoey tunnel effect. Yeah, that is definitely what we're hearing in the background. I'm very sorry. It drives me just as crazy as it drives you guys. So yes, weeks of saying I'm going to work on a project, starting a project, doing a different project. So we have Stream Notebook here. So last stream, we worked on, again, super bright, but I worked with the colored pencils on a weaving project. Yeah, you guys can't see that at all. Sorry. Just to get an idea of what it would look like, I did find a pattern in order to do plaid, which I'm really excited about. I just need to decide which colors I want to use. And then probably a lot of mistakes before I get it right. So that's for weaving. I'm going to make sure I have Carl actually written down in my sub list. Yes. He's up on March 13th. Thank you, Carl. Much love. So I need to do Carl. And I need to do my... I want to finish mine first so I can free up the hook, essentially. Alright, notes and marking the cricket. Scarf. Alright, next. Next we have... Okay, so 1. This is, let's say, let me know what the date today is. It's 22nd. March 22nd. And we have 12-inch square. Finish it. And then we have a sub-square. I probably should have done the to-do list before I went live, but I went live quite a bit later. Oh my gosh. Yeah, like an hour and a half later than I normally would have. So, I keep saying, oh, it'll be a short stream, it'll be a short stream, it'll be a long stream. Jingles knows better. Sub-square for Carl. And then Shamrock. 3. Shamrock. Alright. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And band-aids. Always must for getting yarn caught on my dry fingers. Alright, so what happened with my the 12-inch sub-square here is that I used the yarn until it was totally gone. Used it all up. And we need to start another color, so that's where we're going next. And since you guys can't quite see what's on the... I'm just going to move the table back. Little end table gets moved back. That's the Shamrock pattern. Alright, and we've got the end I think I just lost a bit of ribbon. Boop. And the sub yarn is right here. Sub yarn. Sub yarn, yes, has a special bag, so we're gonna go from the purple into the rainbow for this. And I have 2 colors left, so Carl's gonna be that blue. And then I have the teal. And it's really exciting, guys, for me to actually finish off these colors. Oh my god, this blue is insane. It's like messy. It's making Carl square. It's not gonna use up much of that at all. And then I have teal. So actually I'm gonna have to go back in my stash and find out what else I have. But this is going to be, this section of sub squares is going to be in the blues-ish category. So it all goes together when we make our con cloak. Because TwitchCon. We'll have to go out and figure out a fun way to start doing some fundraising for that ticket. Alright, how do I want to do this knot? I was like trying to do 3 different types of knots and just hadn't decided what I was doing yet. You know what? I have a little tool, a little, I don't know, hook, so to speak, that can actually help me make knots. Might as well use it, right? Alright, so there we go. So welcome one, welcome all. Alright, so I think we probably have 2 or 3 more rounds left before this becomes a full, well, let's measure it now. Let's go ahead and give it a quick measure. I'm not actually using the blue, so we'll get this out of the way. And this, guys, is how it gets so messy. And this is the pattern for the stripy blanket. Alright, so 12 ends here. Alright, so we have 1.5 inches left to go. If I try centering this, and then measuring each of these, so it's a 1/2 inch, about 1.5 inches, so it's about 2 more rounds. I just lost the hook on the floor. Alright. So how's everybody's day? It's raining here in LA, which is a crazy rare occurrence. And it's very, very wet. And I realize when it's times like this that it's, it starts raining, that I am, even though I come from Minnesota, I left most of my cold weather and wet weather gear at home, that I am wholly unprepared here. So I'm gonna have to, and I was talking about this a couple weekends ago at our hammock camping trip, that it's about time I get decent rain gear. It's about time that I get decent cold weather gear fit for California. So I need to start budgeting for that, because some of the really good jackets, the really good stuff, is not cheap. Alright, so we have, is that 3 or just 2? 1, 2, 3. We have 3 there. So if you guys notice the notification there, Inks the Viking is actually from the Twitch Kittens group. So Twitch Kittens hype. It's a group of many motivated and energetic individuals, all, promoting positivity and just general great community on their channels. So it's a pretty cool group that I would like to, that I enjoy being a part of. Alright. Now I really just want to get my square out of the way. You know, it's a big square. I've been working on it for a little bit. I think I did I did actually do most of this in one stream, but boop. Yes, you guys get to see socks. Though these are boring white. Ooh, socks. Who doesn't like just hanging out in their socks and crafting? I think that's pretty awesome. Actually, I just got a commission the other day. My coworker wants a little toy made for her son. It's from a cartoon called Pocoyo, and she wants Sleepy Bird made. Sleepy Bird looks kind of like a Hershey's Kiss, but without a really pointy top. Kind of like this weird little egg-shaped bird with a sleepy face all the time. So I need to start. Actually, she was gonna go get the yarn because I couldn't quite find the right color. I have an option to bring to her to check out. But I need to just show it to her so I can get started. But the other thing, and I've been saying this about amigurumi in general, I am really bad at faces. So I need to create like a template for the Sleepy Bird eyes and like draw it out on felt and cut it out. And I was thinking about hot gluing it, but one, I'm not that experienced with a hot glue gun, and two, it's going to a 3-year-old. So one, he's probably going to put it in his mouth. Hot glue is probably not the best thing for a 3-year-old to put in their mouth. And second of all, if they start picking at it, or after a while glue becomes brittle, I would rather have it sewn on. So I need to make a template for the eyes, the sleepy eyes, and then, wow, saying that like just made me tired. So a template for the Sleepy Bird eyes, and then an idea. Well, see, the thing is, I would want to sort of match the scale of the eyes, the scale of the object, and so I don't have an exact pattern for it. I'm going to pretty much literally be making it up as I go along. So Sleepy Bird, I will be attempting to make that. Sleepy Bird from cartoon called Pocoyo, which I feel like I want to go watch Pocoyo now and see what it's all about. Like, why is this 3-year-old so into it? But I have a feeling I'll probably watch all of it if I start watching it, because I like cartoons. And it's a Spanish cartoon, which just sounds really cute. So, we're working on, this is probably close to the last row of this project, but we'll find out in a minute. I'll get a little further on it, and then I can measure it. But since the yarn is a little different depending on which skein I use, and if my stitches are super tight or super loose, I just want to make sure that they're 12 inches. This square's 12 inches, and then that the next square is going to be a 3-inch square. That's going to be made with the blue, the 3-inch square. It's Carl the actual cock deserves his square. Alright. Go ahead and stop screwing this up. So that means my next month's sub square for myself will probably be done in the blue. So 12-inch square in the blue. My first one, so I did rainbow, I did teal, now I did purple, and the next one will be blue. And I think I have some other variegated stuff, but I have to make sure that it's going to match with this kind of like blue and purple rainbowy theme that we have, as this will be made into sort of a hood or a cloak. So I do need to keep all that in mind when I'm going out and buying yarn, not just be like, oh my gosh, look at this cool pink one. Now I got like blotches of pink in there. Well, actually, blotches of pink probably wouldn't be so bad. I mean, I do have the rainbow now. I just don't want to use the camo. The camo did not match at all. I made a square out of it. I was like, nope, we're not using that. It just, it would not have worked well. Let's see. Give this a little more leeway. Don't need to be pulling it so tight. So one of the other things I've been doing, I've started, like, it was just a really busy holiday season up until, like, now almost. Just a lot of life just kind of happened. And then we already had vacations planned and fun things planned, so it's like we had all of this. We had a couple kind of negative experiences happen, just with life. And then we had our fun stuff planned, and now we're getting back like into a normal swing of things, which is really good because both the life stuff and the fun stuff cost money, and I'd like to kind of shore up the savings account a little more. So who knows, maybe some of the stuff might end up on an Etsy shop. Not this particular, and obviously not the potholder, since that was a commission. That is a prepaid item. So we will make sure she gets that as soon as possible. So we'll probably be doing potholder on stream once we figure out which yarn we're going to be using. That is totally up to her. I know children can be really picky with colors and stuff and all that, and I just hope I can make it look close enough to the bird. Now, the pictures I've seen online when I looked it up, the bird looks very squishy. Like, there's lots of images of just him either being, like, sort of stretched out and misshapen, like he's a bird that sleeps all the time, so he's kind of very squishy. Like, I could probably make just a round, flat thing, and it might be okay as long as I put, like, something on his head to make it look like he was being squished down. There's another pattern where he's actually in a nest, which looks like a kind of a donut. Speaking of donut, I do still need to mail out the one that was given away. I am so sorry it has taken me so long. It's been almost a month since the giveaway was closed. I do have the winner's name and address, and I will be sending that off hopefully by Monday. Hopefully I can go on Saturday. Otherwise I may have to conscript Mr. Jingles into helping me bring that, at least going to the post office and sending it off. I did need to go out and get some blank cards to write on and all that. There was a little bit of other fluffy stuff along with it, little frou-frou extras that I don't entirely have all that stuff just like ready to go yet. But yes, that will be going out. The more I stream, usually the more people who show up, the more followers there are, and we'll hit our next follower goal. I do need to put that in and start tweeting it out. It's a random number. It happened while I was doing my 250 follower stream, because by that time I was at 277 followers, and I was like, I want 100 more followers. So this is what we're going to do. I will be giving away a Steel Series mouse pad that is for Miss Pandaria. It's one I got at BlizzCon a few years ago, and I just hadn't gotten a chance to open it, haven't gotten a chance to use it, so it's going to be up for grabs. 377 followers. You need to hit that number, and we'll go ahead and do a giveaway. And it's an extra large size. It's not the desk mat size, but it's something like a 15-inch one. It's big. It has great artwork on it. It's just, unfortunately, I have not been using it. I was using a tiny mouse pad because the particular desk I had wouldn't fit it. And then I managed to win an Overwatch desk mat in a giveaway, a Twitter giveaway from Razer. Like, out of 800 people, I managed to get it just by hitting retweet and follow. So, those giveaways are real, guys. They happen, and you can win stuff from them. So I won a copy of Overwatch and the desk mat. So it was pretty awesome. So let's see. I've only turned one corner here. I want to turn the second corner and basically I want to finish about half of this to determine if I need another row or not. So, let's see. About to the next corner, and then I'll need a couple. Oh, what I was saying about getting back to life and just the daily routine feels good is that I finally started reading again. I'm part of Felicia Day's book club, and they read it's a very specific genre. It's sci-fi and fantasy romance. So, finally got in the back. And the books that they pick are usually pretty good. And the one I'm reading right now, it took on over, I don't know, it took longer than I'm used to getting into, like, wanting to know what's going on. And right now my mind kind of keeps drifting back to that book and that storyline. The book is called Karen Memory, by an author named Elizabeth Bear, I believe. Let me check. The book is right here. Karen Memory, yes, Elizabeth Bear. You guys won't be able to see this, but it's a steampunk. Oh, you can sort of see that. So she's standing there, Karen herself, with the look of defiant strength, strong woman on the cover here. She works in a brothel in steampunk, what I think is supposed to be steampunk Seattle. Steampunk isn't the name of the city. Steampunk is like the whole steampunk era. But I think the city is supposed to be Seattle. And she works, like I said, she works in a brothel. It's just very, very interesting. It's your Old West, and it's I don't know, circa the 1870s, I think. So they try to throw a little bit of politics. They throw a little bit of race in there. They try to reference, which parts of the U.S. were territories and which were actually, part of the federal government. Although that doesn't really make sense because I believe some of the last... No, actually, no, that makes sense. That does make sense. I was say the last states to enter the Union were like in the 1840s. That's not true. The last states were actually in the 1940s, and that was Hawaii and... Was actually Alaska one of the last states? Alaska may have been a territory for quite a while. I just remember Minnesota was made a state in 1832. Wisconsin is very proud of the fact that they had a Wisconsin Historical Society before they were ever an official state. Hello, hello! I'm doing great. KN, KNC, KNA. The color, the bright KNA. So how's the volume today? I hope it's a little better. I'm working on the second, well, not the second half, just finishing up my 12-inch square. So I was saying I wanted to measure it once I reached about halfway, and I have enough here where I can efficiently measure this and determine. Yeah, this will be my last row. By the time I get all the way around, this will be 12 inches. Volume is good. Excellent. I actually made a clip of that because it was pretty funny, like following the whole process. I was a little slower than I would have liked because you can only fit 60 seconds in a clip. So... yeah, so almost done with this 12-inch square, and then I have a sub-square to make for Carl, the actual cock, who is a chicken. So I have a chicken who subbed to my stream. Not many people can say that. I find that pretty amusing. I like that little tidbit. But I had a pretty decent day at work. I got most of everything done that I needed to do, so, I can come home and feel relatively relaxed instead of, oh my god, I gotta go back tomorrow and deal with X, Y, or Z. Now tomorrow's gonna be a lot of fill in the blanks and just kind of wrap up some stuff and email people, can you do this, can you do that, okay. What about you? What are you up to? How was your day, or how is your day? I don't even know where in the world you're at. I know we have some visitors from Australia sometimes, so it's morning or afternoon for them when I'm streaming at night for me. And that is 3. Oh, you're from Texas. All right. Now, I feel like I kind of didn't get a chance to talk to you too much the other day. Do you do any crafty stuff? Maybe I did ask this. Sorry if I don't remember the answer. I think you said you did. Like, you knit and crocheting didn't make sense to you, or crochet and knitting didn't make sense to you. And we talked about that for a little bit. Okay, it's coming back to me. So I need to turn down I don't know how I hope the monster cat is okay for you, the music in the background. You do things as needed? Yeah, I'm trying to get a little better. I was trying to learn a bunch of different techniques and different stitches, and it's just I kind of end up coming back to amigurumi, which is not the worst, but when I get to finishing, it gets very stressful. I was talking to some people over this past weekend about it, and they're like, oh, well, you know, you could do most of the crocheting and have someone help you with the finishing. It just seems like that's the only... Oh, digital art. That's nice. Actually, since I'm having trouble seeing the screen, we're going to throw the glasses on. I keep forgetting that... Well, not forgetting. It's been raining here, and I'm new to wearing glasses, so when I was getting out of the car, I was like, I don't want to put my glasses on. It's all wet out. They're going to just get all full of drops and stuff, and then I get inside and I totally forget to put them on. You know, take off my jacket and I clock in and etc. And you know, just forget about it because I'm not used to them being on my face all the time yet. But I got them for distance and I need to remember to use them. You've had glasses since you were 7. Yeah, 35, and it was one day where Jingles and I were standing in the kitchen, and you can kind of see from the kitchen into one of our like sitting areas, and we were talking about something, and I was like, I was like, well, there's that thing over there, but I don't know what it says. And he's like, you can't read that? And I was like, no, I can't read that. And he's like, well, look at this other box. What does this box say? And it had like pre-printed stuff on it. I think it's like from storage unit or something. And so I was looking at it and I was like, well, convenient hours, well lit units, you know, just so I was struggling. And he felt that I actually should be able to read it from the distance it was at. So that and street signs, and another bonus was that they offered anti-glare, which driving at night is really helpful. Well, really, I say really helpful, but nearsighted. Yes, I would be nearsighted in that case. So, oh yeah, people gave me suggestions on other streamers to watch, and I took note of that, so I'll have to go take a look at those streamers that were suggested. Alright, time to rearrange a little, get a little comfy. Although we're almost done with this 12-inch square, which will be going right here. I'll have 3 months worth of 12-inch squares. So yeah, nearsighted. And it's not a terrible farsightedness. Like when I went and got the prescription, or I went for the eye exam, they're like, yeah, it's not a lot. And this is what I was told 3 years ago when I went to an eye exam then. They were like, 3 years ago, they're like, it's barely a prescription. I really wouldn't recommend wasting your money on it, is what he said. And then this time they're like, yeah, you definitely could use some adjustment if you wanted it. It's by no means required. So, but because I had noticed it, because it was just getting annoying not being able to read stuff that I had gotten used to being able to read at X distance or whatever. I'm like, yeah, I'll go ahead and get them. And then I found out that I got them through the wrong type of reimbursement program, and so I'm not going to get reimbursed for them, but that's a totally different thing. Maybe I can write them off on taxes or something next year. I don't know. And I was talking to someone else, I'm like, I have no idea how any of this works. Like, I can assume it works like the rest of health insurance and stuff like that, but it's sort of like what a dental specialty, it's an add-on, it's not a given. So I'm like, I have no idea how any of this works as far as navigating the logistics of, getting your money back. So they were like, oh no, you need to go to Lens Crafters. I'm like, you know what? I would not. I would have totally gone to Lens Crafters because I get the exam for free at my doctor as part of my actual general health plan. I'm like, but I don't know where to go to buy the glasses part. Like, they gave me a printed off prescription. I could have brought it anywhere. Had I known that this other reimbursement program wanted me to go to Lens Crafters, they could have said that and I would have gone. I get about 7 inches of vision without my glasses. Without your glasses? Yeah, the whole insurance hoops suck. Yeah, like I said, I'm brand new to it, and I'm just kind of like, I'm glad, I'm very thankful that I can afford them and again, since they were kind of sort of optional, that I'm in a position where I could still get them, and I can get used to them until someday, which at this point it seems like it's going to be a definitely I will need them. So, apparently I don't want to say it slows down the loss, but it lessens the strain in your eyes, so the like headaches and stuff that would normally occur would occur with less frequency. So yeah, glasses. The other thing about the way I have my setup here is that I can see your chat on a TV, but the TV is a 720 TV, so the letters get kind of muddled anyway because it's not a higher res. One of the goals will be to get like a 1080 screen or monitor. I think, yeah, those are Polaroid television. I mean, Polaroids, I guess, kind of move from pictures to TV, otherwise they're gonna go belly up. I think they also have, they have digital cameras also. Excuse me. Sorry, that yawning was incredibly rude. Especially yawning right into the mic. Anyway. So. What's your, you say you do things as needed, so like what's the most recent project you did? Either at home or work or whatever. Or in progress project, doesn't necessarily have to be completed. I mean, I got these sub-squares, I've got the Shamrocks. I guess I can't really talk about work because we're under non-disclosure agreements. Like, they don't even want us talking about who our clients are, so. But I can tell you that my commissioned client is my coworker for the Pocoyo bird. Are you familiar with the children's cartoon called Pocoyo? I think it's for really little kids. With my coworkers, I heard a notification go off. I have a host. Well, thank you. Sam's Creations. Thank you for the host. Welcome to the Crochet Couch. Did you stream this evening, Sam? Hey! Actually, now that you have hosted, I can move my little blocking bar. At least down one level. Let's see, what kind of work in general do you do? I schedule people who are translators to work on subtitles. Nope, just coming in to host. Yay! Alright, so we can move my bar. I had a visitor last night who followed me. Oops, that's not gonna work. I had a visitor last night who followed me, and they weren't very nice. Well, they're probably an okay person, maybe. And I drive myself crazy just thinking about... That did not do what I wanted it to do, did it? Not quite. No, hide. Width can be not 400. We'll go 350. And we'll go height. Why did the height go to 20? No, it's supposed to be 50. No wonder why that turned out weird. And I drive myself crazy just thinking it's about me. Holding on. Why is everything so heavy? Alright. Got that saved. So, KNA, what I do is, I schedule the translators. I don't do any of the translating, but we get projects in, and then they're like, hey, we want this in like 5 languages. And I say, okay, and I find people in the languages. Voice acting's all union stuff. Okay. Yeah, you could, voice acting could be union or freelance. But yeah, translation and subtitling is very freelancey. You have to make your connections. Mostly I found this out from like following other people, and you know, some of the things some of my translators get to do are really cool. There's one guy who went to Italy with, I think he was working with the Trump administration, so he got to travel with the president, and he's a Polish translator in Italy working on that stuff. One of our Norwegian translators was like, sorry, I'm unavailable for the entire month. Woohoo! All of our emotes. She was unavailable for the entire month of February because she was working the Olympics. Okay, that's amazing. I have a new follower! Sam's Creations Bot! Thank you for the follow! This is awesome! So you're helping us through the, Oh, I see. I see what you did there. Now I can take that whole thing off. Huzzah! Ah, and you even have fierce kittens. Oh my gosh, I love it. Alright. Yay! Look at you. I mean, you need your own, just like emote, you know, you just sitting there being like, yeah, and be good guy Sam. That's what we need. We need good guy Sam. So yeah, some of the people I know do really cool things with their translating stuff. I know some of them work for many different companies that do subtitling and translation because we don't get all the work. And so they still have to be able to find a way to make a living with their craft and trade. So, I mean, every one of the emails I send out is like, please let me know if you have availability in your schedule for this, because nobody works for us full time, at least on the translation side. Like, we do not guarantee full-time hours. We can't. But it's a very interesting environment. Very many emote will be like, yeah. I haven't quite figured out what kind of emote I'd want. Although the face I made on the clip I took, where I'm looking at the camera and I'm like, or I'm not looking at the camera, I'm looking back and forth between my audio settings and what people were saying in chat. And I was just like, what? Oh, like my eyes, you can see my eyebrows just like go up. and you can hear you hear the volume go down because when I was trying to adjust my volume and K&A was in channel 2 and I went all the way up. I put on the gain filter like K&A suggested and I had no idea what to expect. And I was looking at my screen and OBS was off the chart and I was like, "Oh crap." So it went from people being like, "You're too quiet," and disappearing from channel to I just blew you guys out. Oops. But it fixed the problem, and with some tweaking, it seems to be working. I don't think my mic volume is all the way. Test, 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 test. It's not quite all the way to the end, but it's still in the green zone, so that's good. But yeah, it was like yellow zone and creative happiness. Hello and welcome to the channel. Thank you for the follow. My emotes and stuff are just insane. Hi Pooh. Welcome, welcome. So yeah, that was me being a super Twitch and audio noob. For some reason, like audio, when it comes to that, like my mind goes blank. I don't know how much of it works. And I just, like, maybe this will be okay. And I just do a thing because I feel very flustered. So it was a very interesting night. I think Paint 27 was in, and Carl, the actual cock, was here also. It was a fun old party, and I blew all their ears out. Okay, so 12-inch squares done. I think that did not make a knot. We're going to go ahead and try and make a knot so it's facing the direction I want it to face. And that should. And we'll go ahead and weave this in. There we go. So now we have a 12-inch square done. Woot! Woot woot, guys. So this 12-inch square is to commemorate my 3rd month of being affiliate. Yay! Affiliate! The month of February was very light. I was all over the place. March was also quite light. I'm trying to make up for it here at the last week of March. Doesn't quite work that way. But we're gonna go ahead. I might actually start streaming some Minecraft if I can get it to work. Minecraft and Don't Starve together. Probably more of Don't Starve together though. I think that's a lighter game than our modded Minecraft uses like 200 mods, so it's pretty intense. So we probably will not be streaming the Minecraft. I have issues with Minecraft even without streaming it, so that's not a likely candidate. Even though as much as I would love to stream, because there's a lot of people who play Minecraft. Don't fuck up. And like watching Minecraft, so that's a really good one to stream, especially if I was doing mods. People love seeing modded stuff and just kind of how to make things work. I love seeing other people's setups for Minecraft. How did they get their machines to work? How did they set it up? You know, did you do it with the best possible footprint? I'm looking for where I tied off for changing the yarn. But the thing is, if I can't find it, then I probably don't have any ends I absolutely need to cut. Alright, well I can't find it, therefore that means it was a good enough thing. I know there was kind of fuzzy all over the place, but... oh, there it is. Found it. Here. And I drive myself crazy, thinking everything's about me. Holding on. Why is everything so heavy? Alright. So. Those are the things I've got on my mind. Alright, now we get to put this guy up on the bulletin board. Alright, he's purple, so we'll go ahead and use a couple blue, red. How many do I need? How many do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4. I used 4 for the other one. 5. Okay, so I'll grab 5. That's 4 and 5. Kind of put that up there. We got a center one right here. Alright, there's 1. I'll just kind of hook that up there. Maybe I won't need all 5. Kind of put this one over here. Pull this one out a bit. And I've got 2 more. Alright. Gotta stretch this out a bit so they square looks square. There we go. All the little corners are hanging off the end there. So one of the things I need to do, since I put everybody else's name on theirs, I need to like put the months here, you know, my own name, Hyper Zen Girl, January 2018, Hyper Zen Girl, February, March, all that. But these will be made into a cowl cloak type thing for TwitchCon. So once TwitchCon comes around, everything's gonna be coming down, and I will be crocheting it all together, sewing it all together, whip stitch, I don't know what yet, but some sort of joining technique. I was thinking maybe just a simple whip stitch or single crochet stitch in black, and that way there'd be a very definite start and end. So, alright, we got a very messy. Oh, okay, that's from something different. Alright, this one hasn't been used yet. Alright, so next month for the April one will be dark blue for the Hyper Zen one. Magic circle time, and this one's for Carl, the actual cock. This is only going to be a 3-inch run, so it's like 2 rounds. It goes very fast. Very, very fast for this. And it is on my to-do list, guys, to get an overhead cam set up. So you can actually get like a top-down view of what's going on here. I'm not nearly as like neat as someone like Eris Happy Leaf or who's the other one? One who has owl theme. Mostly Eris Happy Leaf is what I'm thinking of because she has the awesome like white plank type thing going on. She has a really good desk. Hi Poo for the follows. So yes, thank you very much guys for those follows. It was very, very much appreciated. Gets us closer to that giveaway that I mentioned but don't have posted anywhere. As well as my goal, which as you see from below, I'm only about 16% of my March goal. I do update my numbers every month. I don't think, I shouldn't say I don't think I'll be reaching my goal for the year, but that's based on an annual goal, not just a monthly goal. So I have some long-term plans, but I gotta act like I have long-term plans. So that's I feel like that's a little more on me to get my button geared stream more often. The more often I stream, the more people who can hang out and check out what we do here. Some crocheting and chill. So yeah, tonight was London Fog night. Also, I made myself a London Fog. It was really good. Probably had a little more milk in it than I needed to, but like that just made it creamier. I kind of think I should have steeped it a little longer. I should have steeped the tea a bit longer. And I feel like I missed an ingredient. I don't know what it was because I had the water and the black tea, and the Earl Grey tea, and then I had the milk and the vanilla. But I still feel like there's an ingredient that was missing, or I didn't put in enough vanilla. That's also not a possibility that I just didn't put enough in. I didn't want to go overboard. I definitely would have preferred less, like I did, than too much. Because if it was too sweet, that's just would have kind of been gross. Alright, 1 and 2, and I'm now going to be on my last set of stitches for this first row. So I turned on an option on my microphone. It's called side tone, and I don't actually know what that does, but what I think it does is it lets me hear just a little bit of what you guys are hearing. Alright, so 1 and 2, and then we slip stitch over here. So therefore I'm not talking too loud. I mean, now that we also upped the volume, maybe a little too much at first, that is going to, rein me in, because Jingles was saying that I was way too loud. While in the room. He's like, you have no idea how loud you are. I'm like, no, I don't. I'm wearing a headset. I have no idea how loud I am. Alright. So 1 and 2, because this is the corner here. Turn the corner. And then we do 3 more. Man, I'm getting to be like a granny square maven. Oops. I don't really think that's what I'd want to be known for. She's really good at making granny squares. Not really. I don't really want to be known for that. Alright, this is just 1. Well, hello there! Thank you very much. I can't even see whose name that is. Hellchick! Well, hello! Thank you for the host and bringing everyone over. It is so good to see you. I am currently making a sub-square for Carl the Actual Cock. I think he might occasionally hang out in your stream also, if you have met him. He does IRL streams. I have a camera set up for the goats, chickens, sheep on one of the other streamers' farms, and Carl's account is the IRL like live feed. So he's getting his own sub-square. And I'm so glad TwitchCon was announced, and now we can start planning for that. So what did you do today in your stream? What colors did you use? What did you make? Were you knitting or were you carding? I loved watching you work on the heckles. Hackles? I wanted to make my own. I think I told you that. You blended up a gradient fiber on the hackle. Yeah! I'm probably gonna go back and watch it. Blending blue to burgundy. That sounds so just like awesome. Burgundy or maroon or burgundy is one of my favorite colors. It was my high school colors. It was my college colors. So I have a lot of like dark red hanging out in my old clothes and stuff. So yeah, I feel like I need to spin more to. Do you weave also? Oh, cool. Seen it on Instagram. That'll be awesome. Because I know you knit, I know you spin, I know you do the fibers, but do you also weave? You do, but you're new to it. Okay. Because I just bought a reed today. Was I was gifted a loom, so I have a cricket loom, a shacked cricket, and it only came with one reed and one shuttle. So here's a new thing. Um, so I went to Etsy because I was like looking for the best price on the reeds, and I need a 5 dent reed because I have like art yarn. The first yarn I ever spun is super thick and thin, and I want to make an art yarn scarf for the county fair to go under the hand spun finished object category because the hand spun category, hand spun finished object, has a low number of entrants. So I have a better chance of getting like a second place ribbon. Because last year I entered 3 of my yarns and I got 3 third place ribbons. So I was like, it's not so bad. This is my first year of spinning. And I haven't done like any spinning this year, but I'm like, I can take that stuff I spun before, make it into something else, and sort of enter the fair twice with the same object. But not quite, because it's like I submitted just the yarn. Now I have the yarn and finished object. So it only came with 1 shuttle and 1 reed. So I bought the reed. And I was surprised, like with shipping, and it's shipping from Wisconsin, it's $12 in shipping. But the thing is, it is like extra long, so it's an odd size. It's like 15 inches. So it's not really going to fit in a normal flat envelope. However, Jingles is working on getting his own business up and running. He wants to do some engraving. He wants to do some fabrication. So one of the things he did is he looked at my original shuttle. So this is the one that came with the cricket. And he decided to make me 2 matching ones because I told him that the art scarf I want to do is going to require me to have 2 shuttles. So he made these for me today. They're a little mismatched, but they're really soft. They might need just a little bit of... We were talking about possibly oiling them, but we don't want too much on it. Now the other thing he was doing is he was coming up with a design to engrave on them, because the big thing we want to do is a bunch of personalized stuff. So I belong to a group called the Nerdy Knitters, and so when I came home, he was working on this. And it's nerdy with a KN, because knitters is with a KN. So this is actually engraved. I'm not quite sure if I can show, if it'll show the texture here. It's cut into it. And I was like, well, the Nerdy Knitters is not really like a group that I'd brand. I was like, however, there is the Naughty by Nature stream team. And he's like, well, do they have a logo? And I was like, here's the Discord. Take a look at these logos. So we took a couple of logos and we're going to take a look at getting those, like, we have a laser cutter. Or he has a laser cutter, and we're working on turning that into an endeavor. But taking these and engraving the Naughty by Nature logo into them. So we will have Naughty by Nature weaving shuttles. I'm really excited about that. I think it's going to look super cool. And I'm not quite sure all who weaves on Naughty by Nature, but I think it'd be a very cool little thing to have. So I'm excited for those. Yeah. So yeah, maybe a little Naughty by Nature, or actually, Jingles, the way we could go would be write our username. So it'd be like Hyper Zen Girl, Naughty by Nature. And if somebody else wanted theirs, Hell Chick, Naughty by Nature. Hell Chick, oh, she's saying she's just learning how to weave. So that would be so neat. We haven't even done this yet. I was so excited for it. So, yeah. So yeah, I'm trying to plan out my art yarn scarf. I have no idea how it's going to turn out. It's all with my hand spun yarn. I do have some other regular acrylic yarn. I kind of want to play with the pattern first just to see how it's going to turn out. It's going to be different colors. And my art yarn scarf, I'm going to keep calling it art yarn scarf because I think it's going to look incredibly odd. And I feel that's like how art yarn stuff is, like the shibori weaving, the shibori dyeing, or not, it's sayori weaving. Sorry, not shibori, sayori weaving. And the shibori dyeing, shibori is the dyeing is a little more structured, but the sayori weaving is kind of like crazy. I think it looks a little crazy. It's very chaotic, but still very artsy. Alright, thanks for stopping by, Hellchick. So yeah, we got some cool things in the works, and it's just very excited. Alright, I'm gonna finish this up quick, so... I wasn't trying to hide anything from you, Sam. I just, like, it didn't, like, when she came in, it reminded me that we had started working on that, and then I was like, alright, my to-do list. So... But yeah, so with the weaving stuff, I feel like once I get caught up with my crochet projects, my streams will be weaving streams. Because like I said, I have some ideas for that thing, and I have to be done with that in May. Like, that has a deadline. That's the beginning of May. I need to have that scarf done to turn in. And, yeah. So, yeah, catch up on the crochet. I feel like the blanket can wait. The Shamrock, I should be able to get a good chunk done tonight. I also have a shawl that I kind of wanted to, that I kind of wanted to enter. I was like, oh, I can totally do that within half a year. It's like, but I don't really have 6 months to work on it. Because they want it at the beginning of May, and that's not really a full year. I keep telling myself I want to do something very specific. I want to make sure it's super high quality for the fair, but I just don't know what I want to make that would turn I don't know what I would want to focus on. I would have the patience for to be a high quality, like first place ribbon type thing. At some point I do want to get a first place ribbon on something in the LA County Fair. So I just need to figure out what it is I want to focus on and make it a priority. Ooh, I think I cut that just a little too short to make a knot out of. Whoops, daisy. I'll go ahead and weave this in. Alright, so guys, this little 3-inch square here is for Carl the Actual Cock, my newest subscriber. And he subscribed about a week ago, but I didn't do a crochet stream the other night. I did a pattern. I was doing some pattern research for the weaving. Alright. Got that there. I'll wrap this up a bit. Oh wow, that made itself into a nice figure-8 knot. Take a look at that. Alright. Now this little bit of yarn that I just wrapped up is probably good for about a half a square, I think. But since I have matching yarn, we'll go ahead and save this and use that when I get the next sub who wants blue. Yeah, this is the options are blue and teal right now. I might be able to pull out some solid colors. If I found a lighter purple, I might be able to pull out some solids. Light blue. I have a light blue if someone wants a baby blue. I could use that. Actually, I have a lot of baby blue. I could definitely go ahead and use that up. Maybe my own next thing will be a baby blue just to use it. And I did not buy the baby blue. That's something that just kind of came in a group thing. So Carl, the actual cock. Alright, I need to figure out how long to make the... Well, let's see. I'm gonna have to make it as long as possible. We're just gonna... So this is strip as long as possible. And I need some paper to... I don't want to write on the... Go ahead and use the pattern for the blanket. Right in the back of this. Well, I'm not really writing on the back of it. Well, I am. Do I have something else, though? What's in here? Nope. Well, I can use the envelope from this. Lurk, lurk, lurk. Lurkers are totally fine. Oh, right. Okay. Welcome. Alright, so Carl. We have C. A. I'm gonna have to write this tiny. R. L. T. H. E. Carl. V. A. C. T. U. A. L. C. O. C. See the COC. Alright. There we go. That actually turned out really well and fit. And it fit. Alright. Way to go ahead and sew this guy, Mr. Carl, onto the... Alright. How much do I have enough here? Okay, so I have my invisible thread again, plastic invisible thread. This probably is not long enough to sew the whole Carl, the actual cock piece on. But we're just going to use what we have right here, and then I'll rethread the needle when I need to. So. Alright, so what is everybody's most recent project? What have you worked on? Or, and even if it's, how about this? Even if it's not, it doesn't have to be very recent. It can just be like, what's a project you've done? Because there's projects I've done that I'm like, oh yeah, it was totally knocked that out of the park, but it was like 3 years ago. I really liked the giraffe I made. It's occasionally it'll show up in the picture thing. But I made that for my niece like 2 years ago for her birthday. But that's like the pattern, the amigurumi I am most proud of doing because it turned out so well. Alright, so I'll get this situated here. Get it sewed on. Suppose I need to be thinking about like TwitchCon goodies and stuff like that. Speaking of goodies and all that, I may or may not have ordered stickers for the stream, guys. You know, those giveaways we do. If there's 10 followers or 5 subscribers in a session, those giveaways, stickers. Stickers with our cute little Hyperion cat on them. So... those are on the way. I'm a little nervous. I've never, ventured into the graphic art world like that. And just so you know, I essentially had a professional do the stickers for me. But I mean by graphic art world is actually putting the order in. We had to do some formatting on them, and I have Photoshop. I can legit Photoshop. But but there's something in his process that kind of screwed up our. Like he must got some default settings or something that really just threw my stuff out of whack. You baked a loaf of bread not too long ago, so if it wasn't very special enough to take a photo of. But was it tasty? Like that's the important thing. If it was just like really good, that's awesome. My mom had gotten a bread baker a long time ago, and like the breads we made, like they were, they had neat flavor to them because they were these mixes, and so that was nice, but they were always really dry. They just turned out so ridiculously dry. Like, did we put enough water in? We followed the instructions and whatever else we needed to do. But yeah, I don't think I've ever made a decent loaf of bread from scratch or machine. Finished up keychains for Quiltoni. Ooh! Alright, so I'm gonna have to take a look at that link once I get a little further on this name tag. It was just white bread, so I guess that's a slight sweet flavor. I think we used that bread maker a total of like 10 times. And that was about it. It was a sort of like a novelty type gift or something. My mom was very hard to get a gift for. She's very hard to read, first of all. Well, actually, no, she's not hard to read. You know when she likes something or when she doesn't like something, but like it's so rare that she tells you something that she likes before she like either goes off and gets it herself or just determines that, oh, it's nice, but like she doesn't want to get it, or it's not something I'd like in my house. She's like, that's neat, but so it's really hard to go ahead and determine what she actually likes and wants. So, and it's kind of strange. I have no idea what she thinks of my fiber arts work. I mean, in general, I think she approves of it. I did give her a woven scarf for Christmas, and I think she was very surprised at that. Like, does she have lots of stuff? Not particularly, because I think she's picky about the stuff that she gets. That's the thing. If she doesn't like it, she doesn't use it, or she kind of packs it away. Like, she doesn't re-gift things. She just doesn't do anything with them. They just kind of go in a closet or something and sit and collect dust if she doesn't like it. And if she likes it, she'll use it. Alright, so about half the name tag on. I'm going to check out Sam's link, what he made for Quiltoni. Alright, let's check out this link. Quilt, 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 quilt. Oh my god, the tiny little sewing machines! Those are awesome. I think I did hear in Quiltoni's channel that you were doing that for some of her... She's doing stuff for her book release, right? I need to check out something on one of the bots, guys. Sorry for a second. I just noticed that something's amiss. My god, Sam, those are just so cute. Alright. Oh, she's doing the St. Jude stuff. Oh, I need to prepare for that too. I really do want to get in on that. This is going to be the first St. Jude's that I'm affiliated for. So I need to figure out what I'm going to do to get that going. Should probably have a bunch of stuff made up. Alright. So I'm checking some stuff out. Something, like I said, something seems to be missing. To not make this easy to find. St. Jude, yeah, I need to. Oh, because that starts in April, right? So that's be very soon. Alright, that's. Okay. Okay, so the things I'm looking for, it's not making it easy for me to find. And I kind of need to change it, and I want to change it as soon as possible. Oh, come on. There we go. My gosh, it's like 2 levels in. Oh, that's ridiculous. Alright, I think that's all I need. Save. Yeah, this thing. Okay. Alright, let's just go ahead and sit there and save that. Does that work? Alright. I think that should update. And no, it did not update. End of April. Okay, good. At least I have till the end of April, though. That's... Yeah. I also need to figure out how Tiltify works to get that going. I mean, I just want to hit that first level of 50. I'm not quite sure. I'm just not quite sure about my user base, like if I can do that. So, but maybe if I put it out on Facebook, like my family and friends, my family would be pretty likely to come in, especially if I explain to them that this is actually something that I want to do. I want to have it. Yeah, I kind of want a little check mark type thing. I get a shout out or something if I get 50, right, guys? Or a shirt or something. I don't know. If I can get more, then that'd be fantastic. It's really easy to set up Tiltify. Okay, I figured it was probably just like as easy as Streamlabs or Stream Elements to do. Okay, we got the second half of Carl the actual Cox name thing. I only got a portion of it sewed on. Maybe someday I'll learn how to use a sewing machine. Not like it would be helpful for this stuff because it's so small, but like if I make another bag, another crocheted bag, it would be very helpful to use the machine to sew the lining in instead of hand sewing the whole thing. That got a little insane. Or if nothing else, to stitch the hem. I cheated so hard and I used hem tape, and then I sewed through the tape. Like, I feel like that's a really, like, it felt cheap and dirty to do it that way. But it was kind of the resources I had at the time. Like, I feel like I screwed up the machine a little too. So I would need to spend like probably a few hours figuring out what I did wrong and fixing it. So yeah, need to work on those sewing skills. Oh, I definitely have seen some of those embroidery machines. I believe Fierce Kittens. I don't know how many other creative streamers you watch, KNA. So there's Fierce Kittens. She's a sewing streamer, and she has an embroidery machine. I believe Talk Custom. I think he has one also. And they're both sewing streamers, and I don't understand. They are both so high energy. Like I can stand Talk Custom stream most of the time. He's like fine, but like Fierce Kittens has so much energy, sometimes I'm like, my brain can't keep up with you. So if you're looking for some super high energy streamer at night, or in the evenings I should say, Fierce Kittens, and during the day, Talk Custom. So if you're looking for some super high energy people, they're really good to go to. I'm definitely not the energy level they're at. As you notice, I have a pretty just like chill and chat. Hey Crafty Miner gal. Yeah, so I have a chill and chat type stream. Fierce Kittens and Talk Custom, like I said, they both have embroidery machines, but they're also super high energy. So if you're looking for people to like, you know, get in your face and chat about stuff and just like super, it's just the, I don't even know how they do it. So what are you working on today, Crafty Miner gal? I'm finishing up Carl the Actual Cox sub-square. He subbed a bit ago, and I realized that I hadn't made his square yet, so that was like a week ago that he actually subbed. I'm like, oh crap, I'm so sorry, I forgot. And Sabs, hello! Books! What about books? I mean, I have my book here, I have this book, I have this other book. Ooh, I don't want that there. I don't want to ruin my ruler. It's a very nice ruler. Yeah, so this is my... Just books. Okay, just books is good. Yeah. Books. I was trying to do a book giveaway for a while. I have two, I have books 1 and 2 of the Dresden Files that I was going to do a giveaway as a pair. A whale! Yay! Yeah, but I didn't reach the number of people for that particular goal, so yeah, I did not do a giveaway for them. You want that? So yeah, books 1, 2 of the Dresden Files, and I also have 2 of the, Game of Thrones books. So, huh, that's super funny that the giveaway thing just showed up. Especially because it says 250 followers. We are well past 250 followers, and we already had the special 250 follower stream. I need to change that number to 500. Once we reach 500, awesome stream. Actually, I think 500 is also the next book giveaway stream. 500 followers, sabs, then we can do books. So yeah, I have Dresden Files and I have Game of Thrones. Those are the two, and it's 2 books each, it's not just 1. I actually had a friend who did a really neat thing. She gets a lot of like cool nerdy stuff. Does it count if I unfollow and follow 176 times? No, it doesn't count like that because then it just shows me the number of individual new accounts, different accounts. But if you have friends who are interested in crafty stuff, I mean, like there's that. I'm also planning on streaming more often. Like more than once a week, which will help. I'm trying to be more active in Discords that have more people in it, and maybe they'll come see me too when I tell them that I'm live. So, actually, the next giveaway is at a random number, a totally random number, 377. Where am I at now? I need to check. But 377, I have, and I'll show this off. I'll show this off to you guys. So at 377 followers, I have this mouse pad. It is a World of Warcraft, Mist of Pandaria, Steel Series mouse pad. So if you're interested in World of Warcraft or just great artwork, this is a very neat thing to have. And this is one of the extra large mouse pads. I think it's a 15-inch one. So 377 followers. This name came up while I was doing my 250 follower stream, and I got like a bunch of people in the channel who followed. So I was like, alright, 100 followers from now, we're giving this away. So at that point, 100 followers happened to be 277 up to 377. World of Warcraft. Alright, so let's see. According to this, we are at 324. 324. You should join my Discord, then I can give you the streamer rule and you'll get auto-announced. Okay. I'll join. When do you usually stream, Saps? Since I think you follow me. I might already follow you. Actually, that would be a thing to check. Call me Sabs, add friend list or gift subscription. Can I just open link in new tab? It doesn't, like, Twitch does not make it easy to, like, go to somebody else's channel from clicking on their username. I'm all like cattywampus here. Boop-a-doop, tilted. Tiltify. It's taking forever to load your page. Okay, I'll go check that out later, now that I have it open. Like 5 p.m. Pacific. Okay, I think I can do that. Actually, what I'll do, I'll go to your page right now, and I'll turn on the following thing. Ooh, I'm actually not currently following you. I'll go follow you when you're live. Ha ha ha. This is me doing a weird dance and stretching at the same time. Alright. We still have a sub-square to finish. Oh no! The time is 11:04 p.m. 11 is about the time where I should stop streaming because I have a real job. I have a job thing that expects me to be there at like 9 a.m. Extra fancy thanks. Ooh. Alright. Oh, my phone's over there. I will actually set an alarm and like, you can say go to call me Sab stream. Because I am also in Pacific time. I mean, not like that really makes a difference. I'll still be at work at 5 o'clock, but I could sneak in a pop in hi and follow. Well, I don't have to sneak it in. I could actually clock out and do it on break. Then they can't say nothing. You're actually in Mountain Time. Oh, okay. Oh, you were being super sweet and giving it to me in Pacific. That's awesome. I feel like I'm making my stitches way too small right now. I'm like, I should be done. But then I'm looking and I'm like, no, they're not. They're not that far apart. It's just this invisible thread is made out of plastic and it's kind of sticking on itself. So pulling it through is just takes longer. I live in Pacific because I work from home. Oh, okay. That makes a lot of sense. Oh man, yeah. I've always wondered about like that. People who live on one side of a time zone and work in another. It's like, which one do you actually like? Because like that would just make like if you had kids or something and like they went to school near your house and one thing, and then you had to go to work right after. Like, what time zone do you live in? That would be insane. Alright, are we done? Am I done? Did I come to the end? Did I sew his name fully on now? Not quite. I've got like 2 more to go before I'm fully done. Alright. And we'll do the tacking technique. And backtrack a step there. Boop, done. You thought you were in Central Time because of all the Wisconsin stuff we talked about? Nope. Well, I mean, that's home. I mean, my family's in Minnesota, but I spent so much time in Wisconsin. I spent about 10 years in Wisconsin. So. Like, I'm in Southern California right now, and it's raining, and people are freaking out. I'm just annoyed that I don't have any rain gear. But that's my own fault. I'm not quite sure where or when I'm gonna go out shopping for rain gear. I probably need it for camping too, because like it rains in the mountains, and we go hiking and camping and backpacking type stuff. And I should probably, and like we went 2 weekends ago and it rained, and I didn't have any rain gear, and now it's raining here where we live, and like I really should get some freaking rain gear. Alright guys, we are done with Carl, the actual Cox sub-square. So, we are going to hang him up. And previous to Carl, our next sub was Phoenix Fire. So, they're going to hang out together. Here we go. Yay! Subwall. And now, I need to bid you guys adieu. You know, I didn't even get to the Shamrock, which is what the thing was about. So here's the first part of the Shamrock. I actually got this part complete. Check this out here. So yeah, first part of the Shamrock is done. It turned out really, really well. Since this is going to be a pot holder, I need to make 2 of these and sew them together. I'll probably just single crochet them together. Are you from Minneapolis, St. Paul? And if so, did you get a lot of shit from Wisconsinites because of Vikings versus Packers? Yes and yes. There was this weird, like, sort of unspoken thing in college because we were on the border. I went to college in La Crosse, Wisconsin. Excuse me. I went to college in La Crosse, Wisconsin. And since it's right on the border of Minneapolis, or not Minneapolis, Minnesota and Wisconsin, there's a lot of people from Minnesota who went there, and there's obviously a lot of people from Wisconsin. But, like, the sports banter was kind of, at least in my group of friends, it was kept to, like, an absolute minimum. First of all, nobody in my group was really sports type people, but there was no, like, Packers, Vikings, there's none of that. So, I mean, I root for the Vikings whenever they're on. In general, I'm not super into sports. And now I'm dating a guy who's into the Steelers. Like, he grew up in Pennsylvania, so he's a Steelers fan, and I'm a Vikings fan. And at one point this past year, there was actually a chance of both the Steelers and the Vikings getting to the Super Bowl. And he looked at me, he's like, you know, if this happens, we're gonna have to break up for a day. Exactly, yeah, you just don't talk about it. It's a novelty on the east side of the States. Yeah, well, yeah, on the east side, you're all like, you know, green and gold runs in your blood. So. Oh, I was gonna find someone to host. It's 11:11 right now. Gotta make a wish. Okay, made my wish. Detroit Projects, hello, good to see you here. You've caught me at a time right when I'm getting ready to head off, looking for another fiber person to host. So, and don't talk about the Lions. All right. Speaking of fist fights and ending my stream, we're gonna go check out who's streaming KBN. If nobody is streaming Fiber Arts and KBN, I'm going to check out Twitch Kittens and see if anybody in the Twitch Kittens is doing anything that basically, if anything that I recognize. There's so many games out there that I don't necessarily follow, but we'll see what's going on in the KBN team first. And I usually go from like least viewers to most viewers. Like, I feel like Glitch Button doesn't need my support. She doesn't need my 8-person raid. But some other people do. Alright, Sleeve Spawns. I think Sleeve Spawns actually follows me. By not doing, it looks like he's doing the pirate one, Sea of Thieves. Also Sea of Thieves for the swag bot. How did these people get into KBN? They actually do fiber stuff? You know, Heaven's Last. He's next on the list. Let's go raid Heaven's Last, guys. Alright, so I say thank you very much for joining me tonight. I don't know when I'll be on next, but I'll tell you I will not be on a week from today. We're actually doing a Knitted Knockers in-person crochet group for women who have had mastectomies, breast cancer. So we make knit and crocheted prosthetics for them. So I'll actually be with a different fiber arts group making those. If you want more information on that, Jenny Knits also makes knitted knockers. So you can check out her channel. She usually streams between 12 and 3 Pacific time. Yeah, yeah, I believe it's 12 and 3 Pacific time. So she does knitted knockers. Next week, Thursday, I'll be doing knitted knockers, so I won't be here. And watch Twitter for when I'll be live and stuff like that. Go ahead and follow me because my live notifications will should kick out emails. I don't really do a raid call. Um, Something like bringing love from the Crochet Couch. That's, yeah, that's usually what I'd say, something along them lines. Them, something along them lines. Um, so go ahead and I will start the raid, seeing as how it has that weird countdown. I wanted to do my little spiel before I actually hit enter here. Bringing love from... There we go. We have a mini raid call. Yeah. Look at that, Savs. You got it. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and switch to my outro. Have a good evening, all.
How about that? How about that? Is that better? Caramel sap. I'll call couch. How about that? That's better. That. Yes, that. That was kind of OBS. Yay! We can edit unfollowed. Oh. Yeah. I don't know, because unfollowed. Ah! Um, Girls using that enjoy the quality of clothing. Even the pixelation is good though, because it lets you go and get into good outdoor. Am I knitting? No. Ha ha. I wish. No. Can't. Come on now. I'm crocheting. No, I'm making a joke. That's all. Oh yeah. I'm really trying to watch it. It looks like a really not long needle. Yeah. Kind of. Kind of is. Yeah. But no, it's just as valid as knitting. Oh, that. No, I don't really knit. I don't really knit. I'm not a knitting man. I used to be, but not anymore. I used to call myself the knitting man, but I was like, crocheting man. How was your guys' adventure in Hyperzen stream? But you could do both. Why not both?